Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Tonight we are looking at NEO stock. Now over the past week we have seen a number of interesting things with NEO. If we come out and have a look at the general trend, you'll see we are at a very interesting and critical point over here. Now, as I say, over the past Friday, we saw NEO stock being down. Over the past 5 days now, we're down by 11.95%, just under 12% over here. And over the past month, you can see a trend where we are still green, begging the question as to what comes next. As I say, over the course of this video, I'll be giving you all of my personal thoughts and opinions. If it sounds good, please do make sure to leave a like and subscribe, although I'd like you to remember, as always, I'm not a financial advisor, and these videos are never financial advice. Now, jumping straight in and coming over to the charts, well, a number of things stand out. Let's just get them up over here, and you can see NEO stock is now dropping below a few critical levels. We're dropping below the level that we wanted to see hold around 735, the level of support that we saw here and here. We are now actually dropping even below levels such as 692, dropping below levels such as 683. The real big question on a lot of minds right now is where we go from here, and my big question is whether these next levels of potential support do hold up. Now, the first thing that I'd like to highlight going into this week, and I do see this as a significant milestone, and I know that a lot of people won't like this, but again guys, I give you my honest thoughts and opinions on this channel. I'm very disappointed at NEO, especially dropping below these levels. I really wanted to see these levels hold as a support. I personally think that the trend could have continued and ultimately bounced back very quickly if we had have seen that. Dropping below this level, the levels of support that we've seen previously, the strong levels that we've built up here too, it does fill my mind with a little bit of caution, right? So I'd be very reluctant this week going into NEO. The truth is, we are nowhere near real strong supports, not really. The strongest level of support that we could see is a potential bounce up and potentially retesting and sitting around this range yet again. That of course would be an idealistic situation, but whether that will or will not happen, time will only tell. I would be very cautious, right? Of course, we could carve out a new support range, but again, this trend that we have seen now is not necessarily broken because we have seen lows like this in the past, but it is currently, in my opinion, a very concerning place to be with NEO. You could be looking at a drop to the 640 range. We've seen strong supports in there in the past. That could be something to watch out for in the next couple of days. Ultimately, though, what am I looking for? To put it very simply, I don't necessarily have direct numbers here because, of course, NEO could, at this point, carve out new ranges of support. That would be idealistic as well, or ideal I should say, right? So I'm not necessarily bearish, but I am cautious, especially given this. RSI is dropping quite a bit, not yet oversold, so technically we could have a little bit of room more to go to the downside before we would be oversold. That would of course coincide with this drop to the 640s potentially if we were to see that. Ultimately though, what would the signs be that I'm looking for? I'm looking for this trend to slow down, right? When the stock starts to hopefully slow down in momentum, eventually build some consolidation, and potentially go on to retest these next levels. If we see another massively red day on Monday, I am very, very cautious. That is, of course, just my personal thoughts and opinions on it. I'd love to hear yours. Of course, we'll have a lot more of an idea as to where things are going as the week goes on, and I will be giving you guys daily updates. So thank you for your time, and I hope I'll see you again soon.